To add to this shitstrom, one Meredith Stout of Militech has developed an interest in said convoy. There's this prototype tech, a biochip to be precise. Job's to grab it. Simple. One more thing, Miss V. Woman's name's Evelyn Parker. Vetting her wasn't easy. Put the word out I was looking for any kind of intel. I'll give you that. Except few of its other members, no matter the stakes, would put a friend and associate through an industrial microwave dryer. Hell if I know. Been skidding around town asking after the convoy as if her life depended on finding it. The one lead she's got zip-tied in her trunk. Just a pet topic of mine. No, Miss V. Ontology. A straight psychopath. Chrome-loving kind. Well, Miss V, that is some impressive deduction. Naturally, use that intel as you please. Preferably well. All right, listen close. Scanning a serious job now. Playing gargantuan compared to smashing up a scav haunt. Classic. I'd expect nothing less from eager, supple youth. Respect. Some brothers from Pacifica got back to me. Told me to stop looking. End the convo. Yours truly will be remote. T-Bug ain't no people person, and Jaggy's only good at some things. I know you know what I mean. Pretty much leaves you. Anyway, our little client insisted on meeting someone with skin in the game. You know, who'll be there for it all. Oh, but it does. See, in my line of work, I choose to be Mr. Chill. But folk who try to take advantage, well, they see the beast inside. Quiet life or blaze of glory? Later now. Slot in the shard. Would you rather live in peace as Miss Nobody, die ripe, old, and smelling slightly of urine, or go down for all times in a blaze of glory smelling near like posies without seeing your 30th? Had the pleasure of meeting the Jackster in the past, and Sweet T-Bug helped this brother out 2 years ago. So here we are. Call me old-fashioned, but I like to look anyone I do biz with in the eye. Two things. First, a conundrum with the Maelstrom boys. Needs active resolving, that. Arasaka. Got a feeling this could be a start of a beautiful friendship built on heaps of eddies. Besides all that, got a special little pre-mission just for you. But we'll get to that. Shit, you ain't playing around. What can I say, Miss V? High risk, high reward. First rule of the afterlife. Second to rendezvous. Simple. Client who brought us the job's anxious. She wants to parlay with one of the team. Besides that, I'm no leadhead. Ain't gonna leave no trace for them to follow because we gonna do this clean and on the hush-hush. We understand each other? Surely that's no problem. Stick up her ass ain't growing any shorter, so she must be getting desperate. Be wise to think how you could use that. Because if we don't get that bot, we don't get no soccer chip. And we sure as hell don't get no happily ever after. But don't get excited. It's a single-use toy. Yo, Miss V, a pleasure. Mind if I ask you something right off the bangle? Got a classic tale for you. Psycho gang doing its thing 2 weeks back. Jumped a Militech convoy. Got away with the gear. Corp don't even know Maelstrom's involved. Well, that's just music to my ears. I'll set up the meet with Miss Parker at Lizzie's bar. Flathead, though's gonna be all you. Corpo agent, internal affairs. Been skidding around town asking after the convoy as if her life depended on finding it. The one lead she's got zip-tied in her trunk. Let's roll. Of course, to do so, you'll need that frazzled cat's info. Sending it now. Now, I flat out purchased the damn thing from Maelstrom. Problem is, I did so from a gent went by the name of Brick. Apparently, first thing to burst are the eyeballs. Get a nice clear pop. Then the rest goes goulash. I say when, 'cause Brick was the leader. 3 days after we'd sealed our deal, his friend and gangmate, one Simon Randall, a.k.a. Royce, plain dropped his ass. Now see, Convoy was carrying the Flathead, a little combat bot, a prototype, and I need me that bit of high-grade military tech. Of course, to do so, you'll need that frazzled cat's info. Sending it now. Royce is in charge now, and I got no way of knowing if he aims to honor his predecessor's word. One more thing, Mr. V. No, Mr. V. Ontology. Well, Mr. V, that is some impressive deduction. Naturally, use that intel as you please, preferably well. Would you rather live in peace as Mr. Nobody, die ripe, old, and smelling slightly of urine, or go down for all times in a blaze of glory, smelling near like posies, without seeing your 30th? What can I say, Mr. V? High risk, high reward. First rule of the afterlife. Yo, Mr. V, a pleasure. Now we do the job I hired you to do, grabbing that biochip. Parker'll be waiting for you at Lizzie's bar. Good luck. We'll talk about the rest at the afterlife. See you there. You run into any problems? No shock to me. Girl's got her secrets, just like anybody who means a damn thing in this town. Now, if her info was trash, that's when I'd start to worry. We got a job to do, so how about we focus on that? We ain't here to sniff out all of Night City's dirtiest secrets. Let the media do that. Well, well, you're a Nobu and Evelyn Parker, going all nasty on each other. Seems Arasaka's prodigal son is hungry for attention again. Wonder whose toes he'll step on this time. Should it? See you, Miss V. Beautiful. T-Bug already called. Said she's working her magic. Poor Meredith. No doubt in my mind she'll be left picking up the tab after your bad date. You got some balls, Miss V. How'd you get him on board? You used the corpo woman? So you paid for the flathead with corp cash. What about the meet with Evelyn Parker? And the flathead? Mm-hmm. T-Bug says no chance at that chip without that bot. To work then, Miss V. Well, well. And? Mm-hmm. That meat's the only thing that'll get you a chance at grabbing that chip. Oldest corpo trick in the book. I assume Royce was less than understanding. And how'd it go? Run into any trouble? And what about the Militech angle? So Militech financed our flathead? That bot ain't no bargain basement tech. Just like that? So how'd you get that cat Royce to hand over the flathead? How things looking, Miss V? See you, Mr. V. You got some balls, Mr. V. T-Bug says no chance of that chip without that bot. To work then, Mr. V. How things looking, Mr. V? All right, then. If things get sticky, you head for the safe house. I'd rather not strain my neck when I talk. You off the fucking Emperor! His Majesty! Anyone with so much as a pinky toe dipped in this mess is as good as dead! I don't have access to his personal fucking schedule. And besides, nobody asked you to kill the old man. No shit. Tell that to the soccer ninjas they send after you. You don't say. All right, settle down. Gotta be tactical about this. Tone, you best watch it. It's me. Yeah, shuttle I booked. Today. And the relic? No, can't wait till dawn. One seat. I'll pay the premium. Spaceport Terminal 4. Got it. Docks. Old tune from my time in transport and logistics. It's all you need to know. Now get that blood off your face. Another offer? Lived in NC too long to blow my top every time some amateur thinks they can take me for a ride. Is essential in any partnership that's to be long, lasting, and fruitful. Ditch the middleman? So she just want to see what's good, or was there something else? I do appreciate you sharing this info, though, Miss V. You see, trust? Shit, now that's rich. Bug already filled me in. Clients never learn, do they? Parker ain't the first, and sure as hell won't be the last. Y'all need not worry, truly. We'll come to that. You saying we putting 2 and 2 together and getting 5? Some part of the equation's missing then, clearly. That's why y'all gotta fix her. Anyone try to fuck you, they first gotta fuck their way through DeShawn's 300-pound ass. Anything else? Man with the millionaire name and no talent to back it up. Evelyn Parker's special friend? Wanted to see what you was about, huh? Set your butts down comfy. Now's a good time as any. Fresh talent gets 30% always. but I'm willing to make an exception in your case. I'm gonna cut you a nice, juicy 40 as a bonus for your honesty, V. Every part in this drama carries its risks. That's the value of yours, as determined by me. Cut for fresh talent's always the same and non-negotiable. 30%. Your chariot awaits outside. Condolences, friend. Seems I've chosen the quiet life after all. No blaze of glory for me. You blowing up everywhere. Go get yourself cleaned up. Bathroom's there. Evelyn Parker, how'd you fare? Trust me when I say whatever hit you think of, T-Bug solved it already. Hmm, I was afraid of that. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Hmm, that's one piece of good news. Saburo Arasaka, dead. You got any notion of the shit you pulled me into? We? New place, new identity. But first, Parker, Eddie's. Then we leave the city limits behind. But first, sit down. Let's be civilized here, huh? Sit your ass down, V. Then, with Bug's help, you'll breach the hotel subnet. Last but not least, you slip into Yorinobu's penthouse and clep the relic. Now, Mr. Wells is right. We're gonna be going over some sensitive material. But if it's all right with y'all, I'd like to start with a question for Miss V. DeShawn don't ever work with anyone but the best. I consider Delamain just that. Now, as that old Greek dog says, life's a banquet, so don't go thirsty, but don't get drunk either. All depends how Miss Parker avails herself of her role, but a week, two tops is my guess. You sit tight, heads down, 'cause old Uncle Arasaka be watching. Perfect. Last thing, Konpeki's got a strict no-iron policy, security gates, the works. Biz as usual, corpo arms deal. Case anyone asks, you there for a bogus meeting with Arasaka's defense rep, Hajime Taki. If everything goes as planned, Delamain will drop you back here. The no-tell motel. Quiet, no questions asked. Make our next move from there. But I'm flat certain that won't be necessary. A Delamain will drop your asses at the front door of Konpeki Plaza. You'll stroll right in thanks to your false identities. Anything else? You'll have T-Bug on comms for the duration. Time for your burning questions. And who's providing transport? A top-tier netrunner and a lead-proof plan and intel? Sure you want to go down this road? Interesting. So what does qualify as most important? Wise choice. Fine, 35, and that's my final offer. Been a while since I got a run for my eddies. Actually kind of fun. Look at you youngins making us old folk look bad. Old wounds have yet to heal, huh? You want to build cred, your rep, with you 100 on that. Respect. Cut you 35 for that alone. That's right, Excelsior. Cold hard eddies, as per usual. Gotta bounce. Well, if it ain't Miss V. So you dogs will leave your lead spitters in the ride. Take the flathead inside in its case. This. Go on now, don't be shy. Remember our first convo? And the flathead? Your face. Got blood all over it. WNS, N54, even the pirate networks. And the Jackster, he out in the car? V, get yourself cleaned up. You're a mess. Suit yourself. Can't risk it, V. I do appreciate you sharing this info, though, Mr. V. You see, trust? But if it's all right with y'all, I'd like to start with a question for Mr. V. Well, if it ain't Mr. V. Now, listen, dog. I have done exactly what you asked. So let's you and me figure this. Heavier than she looks. Heavier than he looks. Gotta admit, few years from my seat has left me with a bit of an appetite. But you got my word. You don't disappoint, you'll get your cut. With interest. Best to get back to work then. Be in touch. DeShawn ain't just a name. It's a brand. About time my clientele remember who they do biz with. Best get back to work. Be in touch. Miss V, there a problem? Mr. V, there a problem? Miss V? Hello? Mr. V?